Welcome back, and that's how we went down on the Hangout. Mixed reactions and mixed feelings over this suggestion. Is not yet passed into law, but yes, we've been joined by a legal practitioner, Kaide Oye Makinde, to give us another perspective to this issue. Kaide, thank you for coming on the program this afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much.
Sure.
Good evening, sorry.
It's all the same. I mean, afternoon is just 2:30 p.m. in Lagos, Nigeria. So let's just look at it now. If this law is eventually passed, or this suggestion by the Nigerian Labour Congress as well as the Trade Union Congress, what do you think the Human Rights Society will say about this issue?
Well, all over the world, death penalty for corrupt anybody generally who is found culpable of any crime, or be it in Nigeria, be it anywhere in the world, it is always being frowned at. The human rights community will prefer that people should probably be given life imprisonment or some other lesser punishment than death, because they believe that death, anybody that is being hanged cannot have the opportunity to repent or to feel sorry for the offense he or she has committed. So what the human rights community will prefer is that anything other than life, death penalty, sorry. But the way things are right now, death penalty seems to be the best. Especially, our case in Nigeria is a little bit special.
Why do you think it's the best?
I find it a little bit disturbing that somebody will steal probably a pack of noodles and the person will be lynched or probably go to jail, and they'll give you probably like 2 years imprisonment and so on or whatever. Meanwhile, someone would take billions of dollars and nairas, and the person will just go to court for a while, come back home, pay a little bit of thousands or thereabouts. The person is free, still getting national awards here and there, and
But thankfully, you are a lawyer. Don't you think it's an anomaly on the part of the judicial system of Nigeria for that? Scenario you just played that you just made mention of. Don't you think the judiciary should be looking at ways to, stem such tides? Well,
to be sincere, the judiciary, personally, I feel that they give some certain persons preferential treatment. If a nobody appears in court as a suspect and the person applies for bail, some judges will even decline, while some judges will grant bail. Meanwhile, even if they are going to grant you bail, they will tell you to go and bring a lot of things. Probably somebody, a level 14 officer who has properties here and there in Abuja or in Lagos or in Ikoyi, it's difficult to get those things, let's be sincere. Meanwhile, if a politician falls in the same shoe, they'll just tell him that, like we have seen in last few weeks and months, it was granted bail on personal recognition. I don't understand. How will you recognize someone that stole billions of naira? It is absurd.
Well, absurd as it is. Now the governors, or yes, mostly it has been governors that have been rejecting or really standing up and saying no, that this suggestion should not be passed into law. It should not be admissible. It should not be accepted in Nigeria. What, do you think they're scared of something? Do you think they're rejecting this because they have skeletons in their cupboards that they're hiding? Or why do you think they're making such claim? Because you're rightly saying that as it is now in Nigeria, that is the way.
The question I will ask these certain governors, what are they scared of? Why? The fact is, if they support life imprisonment, for example, they know quite all right that if they are even jailed, let's assume they get jailed for one reason or the other, there is still hope that a friend of theirs, a brother, a political associate, or whoever, will become the president tomorrow and can give them the prerogative for clemency or what have you.
Presidential pardon.
Thank you. Meanwhile, in the situation whereby they are already dead, they are dead. Even if it is their wife or their children who becomes the president tomorrow, there's nothing that person can do. But the fact is, are they planning to steal? That's a question. What are they running for? Because I find it difficult for our governors, who we call custodians of our commonwealth. They should rip us dry, and they should still be afraid to face the music.
Is it possible for someone to hold public office and not take what isn't his?
It is possible. It is a matter of choice. It is like giving you a pot of soup to be in charge of it, and I should walk out. It is a choice, either to take what belongs to you. Probably you are only entitled to a piece of meat and maybe 2 scoops of spoons, you know, and it is your own choice to either take one or take everything, steal everything. But I give you, take this, hold it, though you are entitled to this and this. Leave others for whoever. But you will now look, to me, it's being greedy for you to now say, no, I want more. Why? So it is a choice.
Like you said, a pot of soup, we have to close this pot of soup at this point in time. Kaido Imakinde, thank you for coming on the program.
It's a pleasure.
Legal practitioner and sharing your thoughts. But that's how we go, and we go on a break, and when we return, we do see your messages, of course, on our social media platforms, streaming through. We'll take a look at some of them and also review the 5 most videos in the past week. Please stay with us.
This week's top 5 videos begins with a fake drug manufacturer showing officials of NAFDAC how he produces his counterfeit drugs.
Members of the public, it's not enough for you to buy the drug with a panel on it. Go the extra mile by scratching and sending it to the number that is indicated. If there's no response, don't buy.
At 4th spot is Nigerian musician Vic O, listening to production maestro Don Jazzy among his global fan base.
Like Don Jazzy, yes, okay. Yes.
You've met with Don Jazzy?
Yes, yes, okay. Yes.
In 3rd spot is Nigeria's president Muhammadu Buhari, accepting the tag given to him by Nigerians and insisting he will go by that method to achieve his aim in government.
And in some quarters now they are calling me Baba Go Slow. I am going to go slow and steady.
2nd is the video of the Nigerian Navy patrol team uncovering an illegal refinery in the Niger Delta region of the world's most populous country.
So we are doing illegal bunkering when the naval people came this morning. So I went to see them what is going on. So we were arrested and they destroyed the camp.
Topping the charts this week is Nigeria's former president, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, refusing to make a comment after being asked by a reporter minutes after holding a closed-door meeting with President Muhammadu Buhari.
Well, there you go. Those were the videos that you watched the most on our YouTube channel in the past week, and also your contribution as you were watching the program. That's messages that you sent in through our social media platforms. Now, corruption in China is a crime that draws capital punishment. Vietnam is another country that prescribes death for official corruption. And according to Chinese criminal law, the death penalty applies only to those criminals committing extremely serious crimes, while those who are not subject to immediate execution may be sentenced to death with a 2-year reprieve. Now, with governors rejecting the call, only time will tell that the suggestion will be put into practice in the nearest future. We end on this note, but as always, the conversation continues online via the social media addresses showing on your screen. Thank you for watching. I am Victor Matthias.